Someone hurt me a week ago, pretty bad, and I was very upset at first, and I thought a lot about my mindset as I went through this process of understanding what happened and kind of processing everything and just reflecting on the whole experience. And I came to think about my experience with my biological mother and that whole thing. And just as a recap for people who haven't watched my videos, I was abused as a child. A lot of the abuse came from my biological mother, and then a lot of abuse came from men that she invited into the home as I was growing up as a young girl. And through many years of therapy and many years of healing, I was able to come to a place in my life where I feel genuinely healed from that experience, and I feel resolved. And it was a big learning experience for me to figure out how to get through trauma and get through abuse and learn how to come out the other side still a loving person and still a positive, optimistic personality, regardless of the horrible things that happened. When little things happen now, I still catch myself kind of victimizing myself at first and feeling a lot of different things, but I think a lot of my first reaction is to want that person to suffer in some way, even if it's just a little bit. There's this natural piece of the puzzle that we all go through when we are hurt by somebody else that we trusted or somebody that we loved. We want restitution, and a lot of times that restitution isn't going to come kindly, and so we want it to come via karma or something similar where we want them to hurt the way that they hurt us, or we want something to fail for them, or something that would make us feel better, because then we're not the only ones hurting and we're not alone in our suffering at that person's hands. I have been reflecting a lot on this mindset and on this natural reaction to pain at someone else's hands. And I realized when we're able to get past that point in our suffering and become the bigger person, if you will, we're actually empowering ourselves. So when we learn to step forward and say, that person is not going to heal me, and that person isn't going to come say sorry and make it better, I'm going to do it myself, we are empowering ourselves and taking back the power that person took from us, or that we submitted to that person when we let them hurt us, or when we let ourselves react to them hurting us. When you get to a place in your life when you can do this regularly, where someone hurts you or offends you or speaks unkindly behind your back or whatever it may be, and you're able to step up and be that stronger version of yourself and say, I'm going to heal myself, and I'm going to step forward without this person and do what I need to do to heal, we're empowering ourselves. We're taking the power back, and they don't have that influence over us anymore. We take back the power and the influence and the control in our lives and in our emotions and in our mental pathways, if you will. And when you sit around waiting for somebody to do that for you, and when you sit around waiting for the apology or the restitution or waiting for them to fix it, we're giving them power. And unfortunately, by way of the situation and the nature of it, that person really doesn't deserve that power. They don't deserve that influence. They don't deserve that control over your emotions or over your life. And really, even if they do come back and apologize, we should be at a point in our life when we can do it before they even have a chance to heal ourselves and to take control of our emotions and to say, you know what? Yeah, they hurt me or they made a mistake or whatever it may be, but I'm going to have control over my emotions and my mental state, and I'm going to take that control and heal myself. And if they do come back and say that they're sorry, so be it. That's great. But that's on them. That's for them. You've already done the work for yourself. You don't need somebody else anymore to take that role in the restitution or in the healing process. I don't know about you guys, but I want to be empowered. I want to have the power over my emotions and over my mental state. I want to be the person that says when I'm happy or not, or when I feel fulfilled or not. I don't want that to be in the hands of somebody who's not trustworthy or someone who's going to hurt me or someone who isn't capable of loving me the way that I want to be loved. I can love myself the way I want to be loved, and then if somebody comes along and does apologize or does take control of the situation and says, hey, you know what, I made a mistake, that's for them and that's on them. And that allows for a relationship to be there, but you should have that relationship with yourself first and foremost so that when these things do happen, because inevitably they will happen, then you have control over your mental state and your emotional state. Food for thought. I hope this helps somebody else out there. Sometimes these videos are just for me to help me get through life. But if you guys have any questions or comments, please leave your comments below, message me. It's time to connect.